The Turtle Who Wanted to Fly. Once upon a time, in the heart of a lush green forest, where the sunlight danced through the leaves and the streams sang cheerful songs as they flowed over smooth pebbles, there lived a little turtle named Toby. Toby was not like the other turtles in his family. While most turtles were happy to wander slowly along the forest floor, munching on sweet berries and basking in the warm sun, Toby had a curious heart and a mind full of dreams. Every day, Toby would look up at the sky, his wide brown eyes following the flight of butterflies, birds, and even the occasional dragonfly. He watched how they soared and dipped, their wings glimmering in the sunlight, free to travel wherever the wind took them. Toby admired the birds most of all, their feathers, their songs, and most of all, their ability to fly high above the treetops, seeing the world from a place he could only imagine. One morning, as the dew sparkled on the grass and the forest woke to the sound of birdsong, Toby sat by the pond, watching a flock of bluebirds flutter by. He sighed, a small wistful sound, and said, "Oh, how I wish I could fly. Just once, I'd love to see the world from above, to feel the wind rushing past me, to dance with the clouds." His friend, Lily the ladybug, landed gently on his shell, her tiny wings shimmering. "Don't be sad, Toby," she chirped. "You're a wonderful turtle, and turtles have their own special talents. We might not fly, but we're great swimmers. Have you ever seen a bird swim as gracefully as you?" Toby smiled, appreciating his friend's words. He did love swimming, diving beneath the water and gliding through the pond with ease. But deep down, the dream of flying still fluttered in his heart. As Toby wandered through the forest that day, he met Oliver the owl perched high on a branch. Oliver was the wisest creature in the woods, known for his gentle advice and kind heart. Toby looked up and called, "Oliver, do you think a turtle could ever learn to fly?" Oliver blinked his round golden eyes and hooted softly. Flying is not something turtles usually do, Toby. But dreams are powerful things. Sometimes when you believe in yourself and ask for help, wonderful surprises await." Encouraged by Oliver's words, Toby set out on a quest. He decided to ask all the animals in the forest if they had any ideas. Maybe, just maybe, someone would know a way for a turtle to fly. First, Toby visited Bella the bluebird. "Bella, your wings are so beautiful. Could you teach me to fly?" Bella fluttered down and shook her head gently. "I wish I could, Toby, but wings are a gift that turtles don't have. Still, I can show you how to flap your arms and pretend you're flying." Toby laughed and flapped his little legs, spinning in circles. The other animals giggled and cheered, and for a moment, Toby felt the joy of movement. Next, Toby asked Sammy the squirrel, who was famous for leaping from tree to tree. "Sammy, you jump so high. Could you help me leap into the air?" Sammy grinned, twitching his bushy tail. "Let's try." He showed Toby how to crouch and spring upward. Toby tried his best, pushing off the ground with all his might. He managed a tiny hop, a turtle-sized leap, and landed softly in the grass. It wasn't flying, but the thrill of jumping made him giggle. Toby didn't give up. He visited Daisy the duck, who paddled across the pond and sometimes lifted off into the air. "Daisy, you swim and fly. How do you do it?" Daisy quacked thoughtfully. "Well, I have wings, but when I want to feel like I'm flying, I swim fast and glide across the water. Want to try?" Together, Toby and Daisy raced across the pond. Toby paddled as quickly as he could, feeling the rush of water and the breeze on his face. For a moment, as he glided across the surface, Toby felt like he was flying, just a little, but the dream of soaring through the sky stayed with him. Toby was determined to find a way. That night, as the stars twinkled overhead and the forest grew quiet, Toby lay on his back, gazing at the moon. "I'll never give up," he whispered. "One day I'll fly." The next morning, Toby woke to find the forest buzzing with excitement. News had spread of his dream, and all the animals gathered to help. They brought ideas and materials, leaves, twigs, even colourful flowers. Lily the ladybug had an idea. "Let's build wings for you, Toby. Maybe if you wear them, you'll feel like you're flying." Together, the animals crafted a pair of wings, using sturdy sticks for the frame, broad leaves for the feathers, and flowers for decoration. They gently strapped the wings to Toby's shell. He looked in the pond and giggled. He did look a bit like a bird. "Let's see what happens," cheered Bella. Toby climbed onto a small hill, his heart pounding with excitement. He took a deep breath and ran as fast as his turtle legs could carry him. At the edge, he leapt with all his might. For a moment, the wings caught the wind, and Toby felt a gentle lift. He glided down the hill, not soaring through the sky, but floating gracefully to the ground. All the animals cheered. Toby laughed with joy. "I'm not flying like a bird, but I'm gliding. This is wonderful." The animals congratulated Toby on his creativity and determination. Bella fluttered around him and said, "You may not have flown like a bird, but you found a way to feel the magic of flight." Toby wore his wings proudly as he walked through the forest. Everywhere he went, animals smiled and waved, inspired by his courage to chase his dream. But Toby's adventure wasn't over yet. One day, while exploring the tallest hill in the forest, Toby met a new friend, a clever crow named Corvus. Corvus was curious and loved inventing things. Toby shared his dream with Corvus, who nodded thoughtfully. "Wings are special, but there are other ways to fly. Have you ever heard of a hot air balloon?" Toby's eyes sparkled with wonder. "A balloon? What is it?" Corvus explained. "A hot air balloon is a basket attached to a big, colourful balloon. When the air inside the balloon is warmed, it rises, and the basket floats up into the sky. Maybe we can build one together." The idea excited Toby, and soon the whole forest was helping. They collected vines for ropes, made a basket from woven reeds, and decorated it with flowers. Corvus brought bright fabric scraps from his nest for the balloon. With teamwork, they built a beautiful hot air balloon. On the day of the launch, all the animals gathered. Toby climbed into the basket, his heart racing with excitement. Corvus carefully lit a small fire to warm the air inside the balloon. Slowly, the balloon began to rise, lifting Toby higher and higher. Toby looked down and gasped. The forest stretched out below him, green treetops, sparkling ponds, and winding paths. Birds flew alongside the balloon, chirping greetings. Toby felt the wind on his face and the thrill of adventure in his heart. He was flying. Not with wings, but with the help of his friends and his imagination. As the balloon drifted through the sky, Toby waved to his friends below. He saw places he'd never seen before. Hidden clearings, sparkling streams, even a rainbow arched across the sky. When the balloon gently landed, Toby's friends rushed to greet him. "You did it, Toby!" they cheered. "You found your own way to fly!" Toby hugged his friends and laughed with joy. "Thank you, everyone. I learned that dreams come true when we believe in ourselves and work together." From that day on, Toby became the bravest turtle in the forest. He inspired everyone to chase their dreams, no matter how impossible they seemed. Toby's adventure didn't stop at flying. He discovered that every day held new possibilities, whether exploring the deepest ponds, climbing the highest hills, or inventing new games with his friends. And whenever someone in the forest doubted themselves, Toby would tell his story. "I was a turtle who wanted to fly. With hope, creativity, and the help of my friends, I found my own way. You can too." The forest was never the same after Toby's flight. Animals tried new things, helped each other, and celebrated their differences. Birds sang new songs, squirrels invented new leaps, and even the shyest rabbits joined in games. Toby's wings, made from leaves and flowers, became a symbol of dreams in the forest. Whenever a young animal wished for something big, they visited Toby, who listened, encouraged, and helped them find their own special path. One day, a little frog named Freddie came to Toby. "I want to see the stars up close, but frogs can't climb trees very well. Toby smiled. Maybe we can make you a ladder from reeds, or ask Bella the bluebird to carry you up. There's always a way if we try. Together they built a ladder, and Freddie climbed to the highest branch, seeing the stars twinkle above. He thanked Toby and promised to help others reach their dreams too. Toby's story spread beyond the forest. Animals from other lands visited, eager to learn how to turn dreams into reality. Toby welcomed everyone, sharing his story and encouraging creativity. Years passed, and Toby grew wise and strong. He never stopped dreaming, and the forest grew brighter because of him. And so the turtle who wanted to fly became the turtle who taught everyone to dream. His journey showed that with imagination, friendship, and hope, anything is possible. Whenever you look up at the sky and see a bird soaring or a butterfly dancing on the breeze, remember Toby. Remember that dreams can take many shapes, and sometimes the way you reach them is even more magical than you imagined. And in the heart of that lush, green forest, where sunlight dances and streams sing, the animals still gather to tell the story of Toby, the turtle who wanted to fly, and did. But as the seasons changed, Toby's adventures grew. He set out to explore the world beyond the forest, carrying his wings and a heart full of hope. He met new friends, a wise old tortoise who loved telling stories, a hummingbird who zipped through the air with dazzling speed, and a gentle deer who taught him to listen to the whispers of the wind. Together, they journeyed across meadows and mountains, discovering new wonders. Toby learned to climb rocky hills with the tortoise, race through fields with the deer, and even dance among wildflowers with the hummingbird. Everywhere they went, Toby shared his story. Animals listened, wide-eyed, inspired to chase their own dreams. Some wanted to sing, others wanted to paint, and a few even dreamed of flying just like Toby. One day, as Toby watched the setting sun paint the sky with colours, he realised something important. His dream of flying had brought him friends, adventures, and a life full of joy. The journey was as beautiful as the dream itself. He understood that sometimes the best part of chasing a dream is the people you meet and the lessons you learn along the way. Toby returned to his forest, wiser and happier. He built a little house near the pond, where he welcomed anyone who needed a friend or a bit of encouragement. He taught the young animals to swim, to climb, and to believe in themselves. They made their own wings, invented new games, and laughed together under the stars. Toby still wore his leafy wings on special days, gliding down hills and remembering the magic of his first flight. He never forgot the feeling of soaring, but he cherished every moment on the ground just as much. And whenever the wind rustled through the trees, Toby closed his eyes and imagined flying once more, knowing that dreams have no limits and happiness can be found wherever you are. So, if you ever feel small or wonder if your dreams are too big, remember Toby. Remember his courage, his kindness, and his joy. Dreams are meant to be chased, and with a little help, even a turtle can find a way to fly. And that is the story of Toby, the turtle who wanted to fly, who showed everyone that the sky is only the beginning. In the peaceful heart of the forest, Toby's story is told again and again, inspiring new generations to dream, to help one another, and to believe that anything is possible. So close your eyes, imagine the wind in your hair, and let your dreams take flight. Just like Toby, the turtle who wanted to fly. And every time you see a cloud floating by, think of Toby and know that your dreams can soar too. The end.